Welcome back to your favorite Top 10 channel, the Top 10, the channel that keeps you informed every day. Today we are going to give you 10 Panga biggest adventures for bucket list. Subscribe the channel and let's go. 10. Seek out private islands in Scotland. Who doesn't fancy an island to themselves? Sadly, most of us don't have a Branson-sized budget. But that doesn't mean you can't claim your own patch of sea-lapped solitude. Thanks to the fact that Scotland has almost 800 islands, as well as a favorable attitude to wild camping. It's possible to tick this must-do off the list without spending a penny. Tiny Tenerife, the second largest of the 20-odd northwestern summer isles, has never been inhabited. Though you might be joined by a few sheep, occasionally brought here to graze. You can sea kayak from the mainland, over Tarbet Bay and around larger Tanera Moor to reach Tenerife. Once you've hauled ashore, look out for seals in the lagoon by Eilean Flata Moor. Climb to the island's 83 meters high point for views over the nearby rock stacks and skerries, and pitch your tent amid the heather to feel like a laird for the night. 9. Visit St. Helena, South Atlantic. Even though the Royal Mail ship departed on its last trip to St. Helena last year, it's still not too late to visit this far-flung isle. With an airport now on the island, it is now arguably easier than ever to visit. The South Atlantic speck is a crumple of glorious geomorphology, small, but riven with deep gullies, gulches and volcanic after effects, and swept with semi-tropical lushness. The waters are brimful of dolphins, the skies wheel with myriad birds. Make the most of the large congregation of whale sharks by snorkeling alongside these gentle giants from January to March. But it's the human story that is most fascinating. Less than 5,000 people live on this lonely isle. In settlements little changed since Georgian times. Explore it all by foot by walking some of the post-box walks, which vary in difficulty but all offer views of the most scenic and untouched parts of the island. You will get a logbook and a stamp at the end to prove you've completed them. Or go on a historic ramble to get to know Napoleon's influence on the isle. 8. Descend into a volcano, Iceland. For a unique descent into the Earth's belly. To inject some Jules Verne adventure into your bucket list, you need to head to Iceland. It's a strange, singular place, a newborn babe in geological terms. You can virtually see it being formed before your eyes. The land groans, hisses, and spews. This makes delving beneath the surface quite exciting indeed, though something that's been easy to achieve since 2012. When commercial tours began plunging into Threnukajigr volcano, clipped onto what's essentially a window cleaner's lift, you're slowly lowered 120 meters into another world. A magma chamber uniquely drained of its magma. Lights reveal a cavern of many colors, bruised purples, sulfur yellows, blood reds. 7. Spot a snow leopard in Ladakh, India. Few have seen this endangered cat. There are thought to be just 4,000 to 6,500 snow leopards left in the wild. Coupled with the fact that these charismatic big cats tend to live in cold, inhospitable, rocky clifftops at altitudes above 3 meters, they're not that easy to spot. This makes a sighting very special, and most trips that venture into their domain, largely Tibet, the Himalaya, and the stands, make it clear that you'd be fortunate to see even a paw print. However, in recent years Ladakh's Hemis National Park has gained a reputation as the world's snow leopard capital, with hundreds of leopards. And as time passes, local guides gain an ever better understanding of their habits. There are still no guarantees, but in Hemis' Husing, Tarbuns, and Rumbak valleys, sightings are relatively common. Husing is on a well-known snow leopard corridor. Visit in winter when the snow brings the cats to lower ground, and with the help of local knowledge, trained trackers, and spotting scopes, you might be in luck. 6. Swim with Turtles and Ningaloo, Western Australia. To take a dip with endangered species. Western Auss's Ningaloo Reef isn't as big as the Great Barrier on the opposite coast, but it still attracts around 500 species of fish. Best of all, in parts it lays only 100 meters offshore, making its underwater riches extremely accessible. The snorkeling is superb, too. 3 of the world's 7 species of marine turtles nest on beaches and islands near Ningaloo between November and April: green, hawksbill, and loggerhead. However, turtles swim offshore year-round. Their lumpen on-land movements transformed into a graceful ballet once they're in the water. Good spots include Shark Bay, the Muirin Islands, and Turtle Bay on Dirk Hartog Island. 5. Trek to Petra, Jordan. A wanderlust favorite, Petra is one of the Middle East's great wonders. This UNESCO-listed archaeological site is carved into pink sandstone's cliffs, hidden within Jordan's mountain and desert landscape. Many visit the Red Rose City from Amman via a 3-hour car journey, but we prefer a more adventurous approach. The Jordan Trail is a 640 kilometers long route launched in 2015 that spans the entire country. taking around 40 days to complete the whole thing. We're not suggesting the entire route needs to be traversed, although it is a great way to experience the best of Jordan. Instead, try the 3-minute 5-day trek from Dana to Petra, around 80 kilometers in length. This rewarding section enters the beautiful lost city from an old caravan route. The fantastic hike follows the beautiful valley of Fasten to the dramatic mountain scenery of Wadi Araba. Over a mountain pass, before a final canyon and wide valley builds up to the dramatic ascent to Petra's ancient monastery. 4. Sleep under the stars in Namib, Namibia, to experience some of the world's best celestial sights. Sure, leave the big city and you can see stars almost anywhere, but the experience will be extra heavenly if you travel somewhere very dark, very clear and very remote. Namibia's vast Namib Nature Reserve is one of only a few gold-certified dark sky reserves. Simply, it has some of the world's best dark skies. There are no towns or settlements inside it, or even nearby. Namibia is one of the planet's most sparsely populated countries, and the dry climate means cloudless skies are the norm. By day, explore Namib's ochre-hued wilderness of dunes, mountains, and plains, looking for oryx and Hartmann's zebra. Then, after a blazing sunset, it's time to turn your eyes skyward. 3. Hike one of the Great Walks, New Zealand. There is plenty of variety in New Zealand's Great Walks, especially with the arrival of new tracks in recent years. At the end of 2023 we expect to welcome the Hump Ridge track, but in the meantime, there's 10 others to choose from. If you want to complete one of New Zealand's best walks, the Milford track is arguably the greatest of the lot. This 4-day, 53.5 kilometers hike from Lake Te Anau to Milford Sound slices through the splendor of Fiordland National Park, taking in lakes, waterfalls, ice fields, forest, and plenty of pioneer history, and tops out at the panoramic Mackinnon Pass. 2. Visit Antarctica. Antarctica is a land of grand voyages, powerful, dangerous, but undeniably exciting. The chance to venture where so few others have visited is perhaps the very reason it tops so many wish lists. To visit a place even less well known to travelers, embark on a cruise into the Weddell Sea to the east. The crashing icebergs, vast ice floes, and often unpredictable and treacherous conditions will show you what real adventure looks and feels like. Spot a variety of wildlife, including impressive baleen whales just under the surface and colonies of penguins and seals clustered on the thick ice on top. 1. Raft the Grand Canyon, Arizona, USA. To see the Great Gorge from a completely different and rare angle. Looking down on the squiggle of the Colorado River from a mile up on the rocky rim, it seems impossible that this river could have carved the gargantuan Grand Canyon. Of course, it's had about 2 billion years to do so, slowly slicing through the black, red, orange, purple strata to create one of the natural wonders of the world. And this is why seeing the canyon from water level is the best way to appreciate it. The experience offers a far more intimate encounter than peering in from the top, as well as a close-up of all that glorious geology. The official launch point for a full run is Lee's Ferry, at the northeast of Grand Canyon National Park. The end is at Lake Mead, 443 kilometers further on. En route are side canyons, Puebloan sites, swimming holes, and sandy beaches, not to mention plenty of wild water. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe the channel for more videos.